Dawson. I'm from Smart Elements. Now, I studied mechatronic engineering and psychology, and my first job was automating a beer delivery machine for rats that were addicted to meth. Yeah, no joke. So today, obviously, I'm here to talk to you about ag tech. Why agriculture? So it's pretty simple. We need more food. By 2030, there's going to be another billion people on the planet. 2030, that's not that far away. That's only about 6 Star Wars movies ahead. By the next 30 years, what it means is that we need to increase our global food production by 70%. I love maths, 70%, let's round that up to 100%. So let's say over the next few decades, we need to nearly double our current global food production. Okay, great, let's go and do that. Well, there's problems. The problem is we can't just crank that handle faster and get more output. The problem is that there's thousands of different strategies across the different ag verticals. The problem is that technology, yes, will have a huge impact in the way that we deliver this, but it's going to mean thousands of different sensors. It's going to mean more conversations about connectivity and networks and cloud integrations than I care to have with customers. The problem is that it's harsh environments on farms. Putting electronics in there, it doesn't always play nice. So the solution is to find a way to rapidly instrument the entire farm, make it easy to access that sensor data for people, developing the analytics, developing those decision-making tools. The solution is to make it super easy to configure and install hardware, and hardware that is long life, that is rugged, robust, long range, low cost. Okay, so the opportunity for ag tech, yeah, it's massive. It's $242 billion over the next 5 years. Venture capital is estimated at $1.9 billion at the moment just for ag tech. So, what am I doing? What is Luke doing at LX right now to unlock some of that value? What do Smart Elements actually do? I can hear you asking inside your heads. We've leveraged the latest in long-range, low-power radio technology and developed 2 flagship devices, a cloud platform and a data service. Introducing the Blue Node and the base station. I might get you to hold these. You can pass them around. The base station is a 3G gateway that creates a LoRa network with a range of 20 to 30 kilometers. The Blue Node is a LoRa sensor node that talks to the base station and has a battery inside it that will last 10 years out in the field. The Blue Node is able to have hundreds of different types of sensors talk to it. It's not just a soil moisture probe communications device, or it's not just a weather station device. It's literally hundreds of different types of existing sensors that you can plug into that sensor node. And then all that data goes back to LX Cloud. We've got some simple, elegant dashboards, and of course a complete API to feed those data streams into everyone else's software. And installation on those guys, it's complex. It's 2 steps. 1, you plug in the sensor. Step 2, bolt it to a post. Done. Walk away. Who are we? So Smart Elements is a startup that's kind of grown organically out of LX. LX is based over at the ATP, and we've been doing this kind of stuff for a long time now. The plan is we want to get this in the hands of customers more so than what we are. We've got customers already, but we want to grow that. And we want to take that globally.
Thank you. Time up.
Stuart.
Thanks, Luke. All right. Thank you. Round of applause for Luke. Questions from our judges, please.
So how specifically are you going to help address that problem of doubling production? So you've talked about just sort of sensors that are really quick and easy to install. What's the value prop around help?
The value prop is that everyone who's trying to achieve this goal of increasing food production and reducing waste, they all have an IoT solution that there's a lot of software companies and decision-making tools, but most of the time there's a hardware aspect to it as well. It's often overlooked. So people will need to measure temperature or measure weather or measure local conditions across a farm. And the way that's done at the moment, it's quite siloed devices that do that. This device will allow you to plug in existing sensors, get the data back over the web, make it available, and make it really simple to do that. So I guess it unlocks value by making just that whole process really easy. You don't need to worry about it. Yeah.
So if I understand correctly, your piece of the puzzle for IoT in the farm are farmers sophisticated enough to buy the different pieces, put it all together when they have a small farm and like, you know, yes, they'd love the solution, but like all the pieces sounds complicated?
Yeah, so one of the big kind of design features and focuses throughout this whole thing was making it really simple for on-site install. So literally a farmer will get the Blue Node out of the box, plug in the sensor and bolt it up. The base station that creates, I mean, it sounds complex, creates a telecommunications network. You plug it in and you put it up a high pole. The installation for farmers on the ground is actually really easy. Our customer base at the moment is value-added resellers that provide that kind of agronomy level, decision support level support for their farmers. So our model is to work with those value-added resellers who then, you know, their large customer base go and actually deploy it out. So yeah, and that's our ask today, really, to find more of those introductions. We're not asking for a kind of a dollar capital investment or anything. We're just after contacts and introductions to grow this even more than what we've got now.
How do you price for this, and is it a recurring pricing or a once-off?
It's both. So there's a fixed cost for the hardware, and it's quite competitive to what's out there at the moment. And then there is a subscription model for either just the basic kind of dashboard access, or if you need the full complete API, there's a higher tier ongoing subscription there as well.
Okay, so there's sort of one piece missing for me. So I understand what a LoRa network is. And what does this sensor do? I mean, what are you sensing?
We're sensing hundreds of existing off-the-shelf sensors.
Right.
So think of that as the kind of communications piece that enables everyone else's sensors to get their data back to the web easily.
Okay, and then when it's all collated and fed back to the base station and then goes back to some sort of a dashboard, are you guys providing that dashboard?
Yeah, so we provide an out-of-the-box dashboard. It does what a dashboard should do. It gives you sensor data and chart history over time, some alerts and thresholds and things. But we really see the value in this system is allowing software developers and people who are providing agricultural solutions to customers, this feeds into their systems. So customers at the moment are using our dashboards a lot for just when they're setting it up, making sure it's all working. But then they've got, you know, an irrigation software package that all the data just funnels into there. So yeah, it's kind of both. We have a nice, pretty dashboard, we think, but a lot of people have their own software solutions. So we like to feed those.
What's your margins and how you, I mean, what margin you're targeting and how you're going to make sure you can, you know, large scale deploy that?
Yeah, so we've got good margins on the hardware. Our production line, you know, we've optimized and tweaked that we're getting good margin on the hardware. The more we scale, the amount of devices out there and the amount of customers that, you know, there's a nice spot. It's coming up soon for us for when that ongoing annuity really starts to look interesting. We're not there yet, but it won't be too far. Cool.
Thank you very much. Thank you from Smart Elements.